Hallelujah. 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 Please, Sandel. Thank you. Can you please behave today? Honestly, please behave. Okay. 3, 2.
Okay, man.
Ready? Okay. 3, 2, 1. Hey everybody!
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Nozibele Kamana YouTube channel. Today, Skhu is back. He's only here to greet you. Amen. Hello.
Cut. Can you start again? Because
Okay.
Ready? Hi, Skhu. How are you going to nuts? I'm still recovering from yesterday's trauma. Okay. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, my name is Nozibele Kamana. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I have
The one and only Skhu Goodman Mayaba.
my husband. Okay? My husband is back. Where have you been?
Yo, I've been on holiday. I wish you.
Can I actually address this? Because people are like, oh, we want Skhu back. Hey! First of all, this is my YouTube channel.
Actually, I must be back on a full-time basis.
Hi, Skhu. You can't do
Just
that.
add some
No, I don't mind you featuring on this channel. But when you don't have anything to say, we're not gonna force. I only like do videos where I know like we both have something to say. We're gonna start staging.
Yeah, it's fine.
I am not going to do that. Guys, today we want to talk about a topic that we've been asked quite a lot by people in relationships, married couples, about how do you
I didn't
handle
get a scope though.
you don't need to get a scope. In Ashafet, I like it when we're not prepared so that we can pour our hearts out.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So we're gonna talk about the dynamics of friendships.
Hey, you like the word dynamic. Dynamic. What's the definition of dynamic? Something that's different.
Sana. It's cool.
No.
You can go and look it up after this video, son. After the video.
But you like this word.
I like it because it makes sense. And it's not like
in each and every video we do, there's a word dynamic.
Can I continue?
No, it's fine, but I thought
we would like to talk about the complexities of friendships.
Yes, that's the correct word.
It's the same thing.
No, it's not.
You know the dynamic. What's
Dynamic.
the difference?
Google it.
I don't have time. This is one of the reasons I don't want you in my channel, because I know when I school you too much.
I wanted to prove today that I know English. I'm gonna be listening and I'll be scrutinizing every word.
Can I tell you something? Sometimes when you take Ilantuka equals as like a painting. Hey, I'm just okay. Skhu here. Yes. So I had that meeting with it, and I found it interesting that we should have that so that What's when we're digressing.
Okay, sorry.
Let me start that section again. Guys, today we are talking about the complexities of
you are
friendship.
even changing a voice. So you were talking nicely and all of a sudden now you are back on the set. Yeah, today. I'm really talking, man.
Today, guys, we are talking about the complexities of friendships within the marriage. Okay? And have we experienced something similar? I have my own stories, and I'm going to tell you like as we're doing this video. But the first thing I'm going to ask, let's talk just generally about friendships. Yeah, man. What has been your experience with the friendships and like expectations when you call someone a friend? Yeah, man. Is it someone that you meet by regularly just checking up? Is it someone that you're close by, you confide in when you call? And are you friends with people that you you grew up with?
Yeah, it's a very good point. And luckily for me, I still have contacts with the guys that I grew up with, that I was friends with.
Yeah.
So now there's a difference between contacts or conversations and friendships.
Yeah.
So we talk openly because we grew up together,
Yeah.
and we got to know the lives that we had to live
Yeah.
afterwards. Otherwise, it's not that strong, say, friendship.
It's just someone that you catch up with. Like, oh, Ninjani, man, how's things?
And often when we do, interestingly, with Happy in particular, we just spoke yesterday in the morning actually. So when there's something that's bothering us, but we would often not say it directly in that conversation, even though you would pick up that there's probably something else that's informing that conversation that we're having.
Okay. But then do you have someone that you can just call by, hey, Andivika Mandi, or I'm having relationship trouble, or anything like a deep friendship, that someone who knows you inside out besides if what you associate as a family?
Not anymore. I used to.
What stopped?
You came in.
Hi! What you mean?
And we managed to package all these things together in one box. So being a husband, a friend, and somebody that I talk to. I'm not sure whether it's the right thing to do, but that's how we automatically package that which we have.
So did you make that conscious decision? But okay, as soon as you got married, I'll just now.
No.
Okay.
Didn't happen.
It just automatically happened.
And actually, not necessarily automatically.
Yeah.
When I realized that, oh, by the way, the situation is now like this. So it's not something that I planned. Or it's like I slept and I woke up having only one friend all of a sudden. And that friend is this one sitting next to me. Hey, Bafwet.
But then isn't that sometimes dangerous, because you need that someone, okanye khona mhlawumbe into that esingavani ngayo thina sobayi-two, that we're not on the same page about. And you need that person ke ngoku, who you're just going to offload.
Okay, so there's a difference between a mentor and a friend.
Okay.
We need to just, a mentor is somebody that you would not necessarily call that person a mentor, but you need somebody who you respect highly. And
More
I'd say maybe
experienced.
bordering on somebody that you fear.
Okay.
Omhloniphayo nomoyikayo.
Yeah.
So but somebody omhloniphayo ozothi, when he picks up that call, he's gonna know that things are either good and extremely good,
Yeah.
or things are bad, or going towards an extreme bad kind of. So not somebody and nizoqala nibrashana, you better.
Okay, so for me personally, I've had my fair share of friendships.
Friendships.
Don't be shade.
Okay.
Don't be shade. Okay, okay, so the reason why I'm saying that I've had my few complexities with friendships, I don't necessarily have friends that I grew up with. Yeah, man. But then that is also, remember, influenced by the fact that like I will always be in the house because of mom. So that's why it's very hard for me to say, oh, I have a friend that I grew up. I didn't have that. I know people that I grew up with, but then finding out, like, I'll see them and more hi, and that's it. Yeah, man. I did have friends, if you can call it like that, in high school, but in the army friendships, guys, it's really tricky because I always feel like friendship. I'll make an example. For example, at high school, we were the only grade, we were the only class in our grade. It was a private school, so when you go grade 12, there's sometimes like 4 classes.
Grade 12A or B?
Yes,
or
but
which
to
one
us,
were you?
no, there was one class. And then kulo class ileyo, it was less than 20, and I was the only black.
Oh, okay.
Like it was a handful of blacks then in that school. So I didn't have a choice, but okay, let me find like within the class abantu enzazinyanzela kubo. And remember, it was quite difficult because abantu, they know each other from preschool, like a crèche, yeah man, and they grew up together. So it was quite hard to penetrate la circle. But then I had two that I was like friendly with,
Closest.
yeah man. But then it kind of died down as soon as we like graduated, say, in university. And then in university, I saw these two girls. That's Zoe two, very close together, and then that's Faka Kubo, and then that's why I saw in the city, but I saw in this fact good friendship. And sometimes that's not a good thing, okay? So we say Kuba the friendship, but originally it was just the two of them. And as a result, team, now I kind of faded away over the years, but they're still kind of close, yeah man. And then I struggled because I couldn't differentiate between friendship and colleague. I had the shock of my life this one time. Someone I considered as a friend, and then one reminder, but no, is colleagues.
Yeah.
I was so, like, and we'll sometimes go out for coffee, and like, and she was planning her birthday, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to her birthday, blah 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 blah. And I saw the birthday like on social media, and I was like, well, that's quite odd. And then her reply was, no, but I thought we were colleagues, not friends, and that party was for friends. Yeah man. So because of that, I didn't have trouble transitioning from now being a single woman into now being married, because I did not have friends that were really like that close to me. There was one situation with a friend that I considered very close. Yeah man. It was, that one was bad. That one then I considered like as a sister, confided everything, really helped me through my journey, particularly when I was struggling, yeah, emotionally. And then I think it was a matter of I involved her a lot, particularly also with my relationship. Yeah, for example, Skhu wenza lento, oh dabona i-pilot elanken endlini kaSkhu kathi most it's natural for girls to do that. Yabona ba girl andiyazi mama ndithini nangu lo mfana kathi and so you're going to feel some kind of way because uyamthanda i-friend yakho. And you don't want them to hurt. Now the problem was I don't think we were mature enough so babini and to kind of find a balance between, okay, I'm not sure about this person, friend and I want to protect her, but at the same time I want her to make that decision on her own. So yeah, borderline again ngokubana, girl, you're in my business. Ngelo xesha nami ndimfakile in my business. Yabona into endithanda. So that friendship yaphela ngolo hlobo. But we couldn't just get around it.
No, I'm laughing because I don't want to generalize.
Yeah.
But for some reasons, ladies, they tend to not to know the best way possible to manage a relationship effectively. So I don't know whether I should get into details. So with a friend that I had, the first time that I met this friend, I was his boss.
Okay.
On the very first day.
Okay.
So we continued working together, but even then, there was always a line that we are friends outside work, but at the same time, I'm his line manager. So, and we managed that effectively, very well. And when I was transferred to another area, it was even much better because we're then able to focus only on our friendship.
Yeah.
And we continued even then, and I left, Because normally they say people that you work with and that you consider as friends whilst you're working with them, the poo-poo hits the fan the day you leave the company that you both work for. That's when you get tested enough.
Okay.
So, but interestingly, that friendship did not stop, and we continue still then, and even today.
Talking about ilantuka friendships within the workplace, I also kind of got burnt, yeah man, with the one particular friend where now journey I'm fast tracked. By the time the school I already secured a job. Whereas abantu then I was with the school like found it hard to get a job. So one of the friends that I'm talking about, she struggled to find a job, and then kwavela isithuba emsebenzini wami. Yabona? And then I was like, oh, okay, esisithuba and esiphansi kwami esisithuba. Like reporting directly to me. Yabona? So I was like, oh, okay, this is an opportunity.
Disaster for a lady.
No, but I didn't know, and like, okay, no, this is an opportunity for us to work together and also to get her a job, because she was getting really frustrated. Yeah, man. So ndayenza loo nto leyo, kwafumaniseka bana okay uyafumana umsebenzi with my influence. Yeah, man. And I was putting myself at risk, to be honest. Yeah, man. So wafumana umsebenzi, lahamba ixesha, and now she started coming back to me, but le mali ayifumanayo is not enough. When she got in pha emsebenzini, she was paid double what she got with internship wayegoyo. So when she got in now, uthi bana ayikho enough, because she was also weighing herself against like abanye that are in other departments. Yabona? So there was pressure for me now to ba mandimnyuse le mali, and I'm like ngizawuthi ndinyuse le mali ngamagama athini.
Were you on the same page with regards to that relationship? I think you did allude to this earlier on when we started. The question is, were you really friends?
No, we were friends. Like we were really like and like friends, like a sister. Like we go to church together, same church. Yeah, we communicate every other day. Yeah, we graduated together. Yeah, so we were really close. And ufuna imali now for me to increase. I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to do that, because it's quite difficult for me to justify. Usaqala noqala, and you really, there was one particular area where she was struggling with, which was a core function of hers. Yeah, man. And it became a problem now, but akaka developing the way that we wanted to develop. Yeah, man. And then it caused problems. It caused problems where I think just over a year, a particular department, I remember she just informally said she was looking for a job. Yeah, man. And I was like, oh, okay, no problem. And I thought to myself, okay, but I'm like aggressively looking for a job. Yeah, man. Then the only way I found out that she got a job, as I said, we're in the same church. And she goes up and says, she goes for a testimony. And she says,
I don't want to love testimony.
And she says, like, she got a job and at so-and-so, and she's happy because she wasn't, things were not okay where she's at.
You?
And I'm like...
And then everyone is looking at you.
Hello?
No, personally, if you ask me, I would never employ a friend in the same department that I'm in, or especially if a person is going to report to me directly.
It was a mistake.
Yeah, because and for me, it's based on the fact that when we employ a person to perform a certain role or task, we normally employ a person who's at probably 50 or 60% of the skill set. So it is a responsibility of the line manager to develop the other 40% through coaching, upskilling, or mentoring, and so forth. And that becomes a huge test, because most of it is based on what you say to a person. So you have to talk a lot. So, and your relationship may be challenging. big up to you.
And no. And my man, the other thing, and I don't want to allude to the fact that Banumhlambi Nguye who was wrong in this situation. There definitely may have been instances where we could not differentiate between I am reprimanding you as your supervisor or I'm reprimanding you by hi friend. So it was really difficult. Like I still sometimes feel some kind of way about how that friendship ended. Yeah, man. And some of the things that happened. But it was a lesson learned, definitely from my side. How important is that to have married friends? Because to be honest, as a nurse.
So now I don't call him a friend.
Yeah.
And similar to the story of Bongani that I alluded to earlier on. So the same chap we met, he was my boss. So through their journey, we became too close and became a friend / a boss. And we worked effectively together. So even when we separated, we still continued that. Even today we still talk. But what I like most in the relationship now, when we talk when either number one, there's something troubling me, or number two, when he has seen something that's really good, we'd say, hey, congratulations, I liked that. Continue, especially with the episodes that you do on YouTube. So he watches that. So and then we then tease each other about his soccer.
Yeah.
So and we also would then ask, how are things now? And that's purely because he knows my life back then, my previous life and now. So we would then ask, how are things now, and how are you getting around A, B, C, D, and so forth. So I'd say it's always tricky and difficult to maintain that kind of a relationship, but it's doable.
I still need to get that person.
I think generally ladies and I'm please, I may be very wrong. We do need an expert who's going to talk through to us, especially men, so that we understand you guys much better. Because I think generally out of 10, you'd always find 4 or 5 ladies that are battling to maintain relationships. Or
I definitely do. I'm one of those people. And sometimes it's not even the fault of the other person, because I'm a loner. Yeah, man. So ezinye izinto sometimes, like abantu, when they look for a friendship, they want someone who's gonna call them every other day, and one that's going to go out, be in each other's spaces, and I'm not that person. Like I could ghost you for like months. There's nothing wrong per se. It's just that I can't maintain like constant communication and constant being in your life all the time. Okay, let me ask also this, because I know we've experienced this. When I met you, Anne, when I met you, you had many female friends.
Females.
Skhu. Unjalo ke wena.
Female friends.
You had many female friends.
Females.
It's cool.
Okay.
Can I count?
Yeah, count.
Siya Zanzi. Okay. Usisiziwe, Sisifuneka.
Are those females?
The other one that I can't name, and then Usisibusi. You had many female friends, and that's only like a handful.
The females.
Uzindoni mntwana?
Ufu. Ubusi.
Yeah.
Usiziwe.
Yes. Usiya. And the other one.
The females.
Zindoni.
Hey.
Ngamajita.
Ngamajita lawa. Nabayazazi.
But then that's the thing. Kuwe kaloku ngamajita.
Hayi ngamajita nabayazazi nabo.
Okay, ngamajita kuwe Chomi. But kaloku kum, yamana, as now a woman in your life, I may interpret it differently. Because andinazi xa ndiqala udibana nawe andisuyazi context relationship yenu. Okay man, buza ngohlobo. Would you be comfortable nemnandi?
Kanjani?
Njani kaloku?
Phambene.
Skhu?
Phambene kanjani?
What's the difference kaloku? Amajita akho
No, ngamajita intoni?
Chomi, I can't do different phaya.
Nabila.
Chomi, what's the difference between amajita angiwathethayo osisabani bathethayo and nam benomjita?
I mean, I don't regard abantu that you mentioned.
Kaloku I'm not going to regard aba bantu njenge females. I can't eat different.
Yeah, you kintis.
I can't eat different.
The crickets are long and
You had a lot of female friends, and was I uncomfortable? Not really. No, honestly, I wasn't uncomfortable because I think genuinely everyone was very respectful. And I think the one thing that I appreciated about you within the circle Ayakoye friends is that you now brought me sisters that I didn't have.
Yeah.
Like honestly, like I really appreciate that about you. They're not my friends, but there are people that I look up to.
I think now they are not really, let's say, I mean, people that are called friends, but it's people that, brought different skill set into my role in ensuring that I become better on a daily basis. So, and that's why maybe I don't regard them as females, or I don't see them that way, because each and every time we have a conversation, there will be a certain aim to address a certain behavior in me, and they would give you. I'm gonna give you an example of Mhlonishwa Usiziwe, and a number of times that we would have disagreements together, and I would separately have a conversation with her, and she would put it back to me. She wouldn't say, I will speak to Nose. No, but she will speak to me. So that when I go back to you, it does not matter, or it did not matter how bad I had done, but she would tell me and be very honest with me. Because remember, she would give feedback based on what I was telling her. So, umamu masimbiza ngegama singambiza
yes, please.
In case bamgooglish usisibusi umzekelo yena that quieter kind of approach.
Yes.
And so I was always careful not to go outside the boundary, but I would be honest when I tell something and wanting a certain feedback, and somebody who always provides that motherly love. I remember a day I was in Johannesburg. Unfortunately, I did not have time to go back to your graduation. So, and I told her this day that she then said, you know what, I've got quite a number of meetings lining up, but surely I can push them to a Friday.
And she came to my graduation.
And she cancelled everything immediately. And she then attended on my behalf. So that's why I'm saying she was there, but the person that was there is actually me. It's not a female that was there.
And why not?
I hope she's not good.
Dude, no, what I'm saying though, honestly, I think I've been blessed, man. I think it's the maturity of the kind of people that you have associated yourself with. Yeah,
I mean, there were two people there presenting me in that graduation. It was Funeka and Bus.
All of them now became like my bigger sisters, where also when no brothers, sisters because I can't do it. There was one particular one that I definitely well, it didn't start off that way. You got a now cousins isn't. Actually, there's two incidences. I want
incidences.
Two incidents. Wow. There's one where and yes, it complex relationship but then Lorna started being obviously, as I said in the friends because I don't have friends of my own, okay? It's like older sisters, particularly in this case female Landuka friends of his. And then I guess and we became really close. Like really close. But now became my friend.
I remember that one.
Okay? And then, hey, there was this one period where it was around the pilot Landuka period. The pilot period, guys, was very tough. It was very traumatizing for me. It was very traumatizing. So anyway, ulanduka ke wafika bese yazi nasekhaya ngoku. Yaqona? Bese yazi nasekhaya wafika pha endlini. Obviously ngoku ndane stress mos ngixelele nomama. Yaqona? Ngathi but umama didn't really take it into heart. Yabona, because mhlambe yazi umama izinto ze relationships. Doesn't she come to my house and then starts talking to umama, like alluding to the fact that I must get away from this relationship, and then for the relationship. Uskumuzo is very experienced. Gatini, friend yako, your friend. And your mama, yamthanda kumama, umama yakwazi ulanduka udisena kwinto. Like she can really she's very mature. The minute another parent may have said nozi phuma kunomfana because ndivele nale. But instead umama called you.
Yo.
And what did she say?
What type of friends do you have? Said mntanam, awuqali friends uyabazisa and then ngokuhluze ba ngomphi umhlobo ne-friend musugcina nje i-friend le friend yakho ifikile apha endlini yakutsho akho nto ingayithethanga ngawe embi emdaka engcolileyo. I was like, okay.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
yeah, that was tough. But then Nondi, I really like umama how she handled it. She really showed maturity as a parent. Okay, last incident that I wanted to talk about. This one time, Danny's ending.
What is this incident? Yes, I need to dig deep into.
I don't have to speak
about that photo you took when we were on sabbatical. There's that jazz that I don't know.
It's not a big deal.
You know, when it comes to you, it's a situation.
It was like a lunch. It was a lunch with someone. It was a lunch with someone. I told you, my lunch. It was not a big deal. Anyway, there's another incident revolving a
was
friend.
Was he handsome?
Baby, not as handsome as you.
Okay.
Not as handsome as you.
Yeah.
So in the same clinic, I remember I was on leave that day. In clinic, I was on leave that day. So I was busy preparing for Ilantoka. I think I was finishing my thesis for E-Honors. So I found a call from umama, late, 4, 5. Hey, what? Nje uhleli endlini nangu. Mama, nje uhleli endlini nangu ke umuntu wakho undithenda iphuma apha xa ngisithi ndiyayibona ba imoto yakho ehamba ngayo. Xa ngisithi kukho ilady elimhlophe elihle elilapha ecamkwakho. Elilapha ecamkwakhe. Yima baby.
But yena
no,
but yayikhona yam leyana. Sasiyothenga ilantika into iswekile zase ofisini. Uyakuthiwa ngibana nto nasebenza. Ra yayibo 12 emini. Oh, okay. Hey.
Kuziyaphi ke colleagues?
Go.
Yo!
Ngibana igama lakhe. Awuthenga ngibana? Sinazo. Hayibo kini thiza.
Nazi, ndiphuma apha green cars. We swapped cars. So I used his car and he used my car. Ndibona imoto yakhe xa ngisithi nangu umuntu wakho uhlelisana negqiyazana elimhlophe elihle. Ulibeke wena uhlala endlini. You ndakhe napha.
Weza kumndeve konke ne. Xa ngena nje emotweni, ndandizothenga ntoni? I think ndandizaya ejimini. They've knock efisini. Lento ayijonga
ngapha.
Ujonge ngapha.
Yo! Dala sana wazenza izinto.
Yayicolleague yam leyana nje.
Ufuna njani sanela ngene emotweni student sami?
Why isiye Grenakers? Mna ndisiya ejimini.
Makahambe ngenyawo ngamadzethe akhe. Makahambe ngamadzethe akhe. Makahike bafuneka hikile. Including this video, what are your key things that you think someone just needs to be mindful of when it comes to friendships? For example, with me, I'm very passionate about into the boundaries in school. Like I'm very that's one thing. Uzo overstep your boundaries when it comes to where we are. It's a problem. There needs to be mutual respect, but up to a certain point. And in a corner, it's not that, but I'll be very careful. I am just careful to who I confide to. Yeah, man. And also the type of person I associate myself with. Because I am trying to protect my marriage. Because in ndiyayazi mana kwangena umoya ba chomi kamshiye san asazi kaloku izawuba yi-problem. So kwelakhe icala from a gentleman's point of view zakwenzela umzekelo hey indwebile la nkosikazi yakho Skhu.
Now the interesting thing on that, Undweba, are you aware that, you know, with the type of friends that I have, let me go to Umhekeba as an example. So even before you and I started, I firstly had a conversation with Umhekeba, and he gave me his side, his views, not to influence me, my thinking, because he understood very well that I went to him just to say something, not necessarily that I wanted him to make me think a certain way. So that was action number one. Number two, when I was about to propose you, I had this similar conversation with him that this is the step that I'm now taking. So, and unfortunately, Imali, Aiko, and it gave me ideas on how to I then save for this. Thirdly, the pilot story. There is this pilot story that keeps coming up. Megan, how do I best address this pilot thing? Because nambuzelela yabona, and yabona one bebetha ukuthi hayi ke ngoku yabona wenza lento kuthiwa bubunja yabona ke. And it's important that as friends you have somebody ozokuchazela yaphambana ungasoloko ufuna ukuxela into ezinice now. So and from there ke sake sathanda ukuxabana nje kancinci. And that's also important. It's a good thing. You must never think that it's bad to fight with your friends, but you must be able again to regroup, because friendship has also its up and downs.
I think that the foundation in Skhu is as you get into marriage, it's about the foundation that you had built with this particular friend before you got married. Because you can't be friends with someone or chadile ungatshadanga. I don't necessarily think it could be a problem based on how the relationship was kakade before nichad. If it was built on a foundation of trust, or of respect, of love, of friend yamazi, and they understand also the step that they're taking, then it shouldn't be a problem even continuing that friendship after you get married.
Precisely.
Anyway, guys, we're not experts when it comes to this field. We're just talking about our own experiences and our own preference in making our relationship work. For you, it might be different. You've been friends with someone since childhood, and you've been confiding in this person. He's the person of opposite sex, and you feel comfortable. I mean, go for it. But at the same time, not in the expense of your partner not feeling comfortable.
Exactly. In
all the situation. That's all that we're saying. So we'll see you next time. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye.